What's up, guys? I'm the East Coaster fan. Behind me is Levi Stadium, and that means only one thing. We're visiting California's Great America. I'm super excited to visit this park. It's been on my bucket list for a really long time, and with the recent news that it's closing, it's just made me want to come here more. So, we're one of the first people in the park today, but let's head on in, shall we? Really shocked that it is currently 9:40. The park opens in 20 minutes and there's absolutely no one in line for security and things like that, which yeah, it just shocks me. Even the parking lot you probably saw was pretty empty, so that's a good sign. Hopefully I can get a bunch of rides done early. What I like to see, no rides unavailable. Really simple entry process. They just let us in early and there's still 15 minutes for park opening, but this entrance is really nice. Reminds me of King's Dominion with the pool in the middle and everything. But first stop is right over there. Let's go on Gold Striker. Here we go, entering the Gold Striker line. Really creepy part of Gold Striker's line is this tunnel here, and the lights aren't working, so I mean it's pretty light on video, but it's actually dark from where we're standing.
The first riders up today, you guys ready to ride? Great to hear. All clear to dispatch. Enjoy your twisty journey, my car journey here on the best coaster at the park. Gold Striker. Goodbye.
Just finished 2 rides there on Gold Striker. First ride was in row 9, second was in row 7. They were assigning seats, but that's fine with me. This ride's really good. It is a little rough, but I can definitely get past that for what is a really great GCI. Drop isn't anything special, but a lot of these turns and really great airtime. And the way the lap bar works on this GCI, I don't know if it's just this one, but there's like a little bit more of a give that I noticed, and that does allow you to get better pops of airtime. But overall, definitely a really great wooden coaster and one of my new favorites. Up ahead in the distance is one of my most anticipated roller coasters of this year, RailBlazer. Now, I've ridden Jersey Devil many times at Six Flags Great Adventure, and it is running better this year, but I'm excited to ride the original because it's a lot more whippy, as you can tell by this layout. Really excited to get on this so I can compare it to Jersey Devil. Let's get on. I didn't know this about the RailBlazer line. There's like this little divot here. You have to go underneath, otherwise it'd be too low. That is strange. Also, unlike Jersey Devil and many of the other single rails, this one does not have a continuously loading station. So just be aware of that if you come to this park. My first ever ride on RailBlazer, and that was awesome. I was lucky enough to get positioned in the very back row, and that was one hell of an experience, especially on that drop and a few of the elements. Really great fun. Is it the smoothest ride? No, there are definitely a few like potholes similar to on Jersey Devil, but it was a very enjoyable ride. I do think it is better than Jersey Devil. And that's saying a lot because I just visited and it was running even better than it ever has. Yeah, I think this ride's gonna rank very highly, and I think it's the best in the park now. From what I've seen, I'm not going on this, but this bridge part up here, you don't really get wet there, you get wet on the side. So I'm actually just gonna stand here. I wanted to get footage of it for you, but also to get a little bit of mist. Not much mist. Next ride we're doing is actually not a coaster, but instead Berserker. This is the last remaining bearing curve ride in the US as of now. I actually have been on the one at Kennywood, but that's since closed. And they are building one at Knoebels, I think next year. So it'll be cool to ride on the last one that's remaining, but hopefully it won't be long until I get to ride the new one that's being built at Knoebels. Now let's get on. Berserker was good fun. I enjoyed it. I wish there were more bearing curves around the US because those are really fun rides. Another thing I'll say is the ride operator over there, and actually also by Gold Striker earlier today, were enthusiasts. They're kind of like playing around, just being funny, which is nice to see. Also, this park has bins on the ride platform, which is great to see, especially since I've been visiting parks like Great Adventure recently, where they have strict nose article policies and you gotta get a locker. So I'm actually here now by the Demon. This is an aero looping coaster, and it looks interesting. You could barely see it over there. It's like hidden within the trees. A bit more over there, but this ride's kind of secluded. Plus it has some cool special effects, which I noticed some in this tunnel here, and there's a little bit of other things further into the ride. Yeah, this line's pretty cool. Do you walk under the rockwork? I think you do. But anyway, I'll let you know what I think of Demon when I get off. And here's the first of many rides here at California's Great America. Have a station with no roof.
Okay. Enjoy your ride on the Demon.
Finished with the Demon. It's a solid aero coaster. What really makes it is the special effects in some of the tunnels they have. I really like that. Otherwise, your typical aero looper coaster. It was fine. That's about it. Just like King's Dominion and a few other parks in the Cedar Fair chain, they got their own like 4-wheel walkway here. Although this one seems like a little bit more temporary than theirs. Like you could go either way and then just this 401 in the middle. Still nice to have though. Making our way down the park, our next stop is the Barney Oldfield Speedway. This is their version of the park's antique cars. Seems to go around Grizzly, so it should provide some good views. I can actually tell this used to be like a Tomorrowland Speedway thing where there were multiple tracks, but they got rid of it and now it's just the one. So you have this big concrete slab over here with just one track, which is pretty funny. All finished now with the Barney Oldfield Speedway, but it's really just antique cars. That was pretty good. It went pretty much around Grizzly. Yeah, I'd say better than I thought it would. It doesn't quite get to the level of the antique cars at Knoebels, but still pretty solid. So I'd recommend those to anyone coming here. I'm gonna head further to the left to get on some more rides. Let's pick up next ride. Ooh, hit the freaking rack off. But yeah, speaking of next rides, going up right now is Grizzly. So this is actually ranked by some people as like one of the worst wooden coasters. Now I'm not sure if that's because it's rough or just boring. Also the trains are different. I've ridden a similar Grizzly at King's Dominion, although this one's a little more open while that one's kind of secluded in the trees. So yeah, not sure how this one's gonna ride, but I am interested. So let's give it a ride. Gotta say, this Grizzly is much easier to get to instead of the King's Dominion one. Although it is weird, there's the entrance sign and then there's another one right here. So let's talk about Grizzly. Is it a bad ride? Not really. It wasn't that rough. It was definitely something I could handle. I think the main problem is with the trains. And that's where I think the Grizzly at King's Dominion is better, because it runs on those PTC trains in which you can get little pops of airtime. So, not the worst wooden coaster I've been on. It just kind of found it boring. Which is a shame, because this does look like a nice ride. From Grizzly that's passing by right now, we're actually going to the ride right next to that, and that's the drop tower. This is actually going to be my first ever Intamin second generation drop tower. There goes Grizzly again, but I've actually never even done the first generation, but this looks like a cool model and I'm excited to get on it. Not too tall, also. Really enjoyed my ride on Drop Tower. But more importantly, why is there just a random teddy bear in the middle of this path? I don't know why, but very strange. But going back to the Drop Tower, really fun, very forceful, and like, it was much taller than it looked, which I love. We're sat towards the water park, so great views of really everything. But I think we're gonna go get something to eat now. To get to our lunch destination though, we're gonna be taking the Eagles Flight Skyway. There's two stations, so there's one at the far end of the park and one back towards the front. So the place where take up eating's towards the front, so why not take this instead of walking? Finished our meal. We're actually gonna head now to the observation tower, get some good views of the park up there. some nice views up top of North Star, I think it's called. Or, no, I'm sorry, Star Tower. But anyway, we're here now, Carousel Columbia, up on the second story. So this is a bit unique. Not all carousels are like this. Yep, so since this carousel is unique, we're gonna give it a ride. Finished our ride now on the Carousel Columbia. Interesting experience being up there, especially when you like go towards the front view. It's a little bit windy and we got sprayed with a little bit of water, but it was nice. You definitely felt the height difference, and yeah, pretty unique experience. In my quest for more credits at this park, it's time to ride Patriot. This used to be a stand-up coaster, but now it is a floorless. So let's see how this rides. Hopefully it's not like Rougarou. Waiting in the line for Patriot, I just found CGA's version of the Utilidors. It's like this street that goes down the middle of the park, and all the cast are going down it. It's really cool, actually.
Clear and joyride. Hold that gate for next cycle. Welcome back.
Okay. Hey, tell me more about the dogs. Where? Finished our ride on Patriot. For some reason, we exited out of an arcade. That was probably the best part of that ride because I did not like that. I banged my ears pretty hard on that. Reminded me of Firebird at Six Flags America. I will say this is better than that ride just because I liked how forceful the loop was, and it did have some redeeming elements. But yeah, that was not a great ride. In fact, I might even prefer Demon to this, which is not a good sign. Unfortunately, it seems like I got to Flight Deck at a bad time because it's temporarily closed. Hopefully not closed for the rest of the day, but that's a shame if I won't get on this because it looked like an interesting inverted coaster, and it was the second one. So we'll just keep going down that way, see what else we could do. Hopefully it'll be back open before we leave. What do you do when Flight Deck's closed? Go to the Flying Eagles. Hopefully this will be fun. Because it really depends on whether you can snap or not. Finished with the flyers. I let my brother control for the first half and then me the second, where we started like snapping, and that was a lot of fun after we started snapping it. But I think Flight Deck might be open, so I'm gonna head back over there. Good news, the ride is now open. Let's go. And I finally get this ride in. I was honestly kind of nervous I wouldn't. I gotta say, this is a really cool line. It has like this main section here with theming all over the place. I know I had the Top Gun theming originally, but still really neat. Almost up to the station, but I want to point this out. This like weirdly designed B&M track right there coming out of the station. Never seen that before. Finally got my ride on Flight Deck. That was really fun for being the second inverted coaster. Definitely like it more than Batman the Ride, and it was smoother than I thought it was too. There were a little bit of jostling moments and obviously the length of it, but overall I'd say number 3 in the park, RailBlazer, Gold Striker, and then this. But overall, very solid. I like that a lot. Made our way back to the back of the park. Back to the back, that's weird. But anyway, we're heading down to Psycho Mouse. This is the last major credit I need at this park. And it's a bit of an interesting one as it's an Arrow Wild Mouse ride. Only a couple of these in the country, so it'll be interesting to see how this differs from an ordinary Wild Mouse. So let's get on. I had a good time there on Psycho Mouse. It was weird going on an Arrow Wild Mouse, but it was actually pretty fun and fairly smooth, I'd say. What really holds that ride back though is the operations. They were really bad. Like, we waited nearly an hour for that ride. That's the last coaster we're doing today. We're gonna head back towards the front of the park and tell you how our day went. And that's the end of our day here at California's Great America. We're leaving early because if you haven't been following my Instagram, which is at East Coaster Fan, this is actually part of a much bigger trip in which we're doing all sorts of touristy stuff through San Francisco and later Los Angeles. So we're leaving early to do more of that, but I am very happy that I was able to make a visit out to California's Great America before it closes. Especially just being here and riding all the credits. It's sad because I really enjoyed my visit here. I thought it was a very nice looking park and I enjoyed my coaster rides. So if I don't get back here before it closes, then I'm happy with the visit I had. So with that being said, thank you all for watching my video here at my first ever day at California's Great America. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a like. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. For more content, make sure to follow my Instagram, which I said before, at East Coaster Fan. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.